Hey there guys, how are you today, and welcome to a brand new video here on Formula Motorsport. So, this weekend the Formula E season commences. Season 5, I am super excited, and I'm sure loads of you are too. And obviously, as you know, I haven't followed Formula E before, and in the last few weeks, I have been doing some research into seasons 1, 2, 3 and 4 of Formula E, and I thought in this video, I would give maybe a fact file of the first 4 seasons. So, starting with total wins, Sebastian Buemi, Swiss driver, has the most Formula E wins. He has 12 wins, followed by Lucas di Grassi, who has a total of 8, and Sam Bird, who has 7. All of those within 45 races. The most wins in the season, again, Sebastian Buemi, who had in the 16-17 season 6 wins. That was a 50% win rate, pretty impressive. And Jean-Eric Vergne had 4 wins in the 17-18 season, right, which is a 33% rate. So 2 pretty strong ones there. And also in 15-16 and 14-15, Buemi got a 30% hit rate with 3 wins. Moving on now to highest percentage of wins in a season. Again, pretty similar to the last one. Buemi with 50%, Vergne with 33% in 17-18, and then you got di Grassi, and then 2 seasons of Buemi on 30%. Now another interesting one, most consecutive wins, and there's a bit of a pattern forming here. So again, Sebastian Buemi has the most consecutive wins, 3 wins in season 16-17, Hong Kong, Marrakesh and Buenos Aires, and then you have Nico Prost, Sebastian Buemi, Sam Bird, and Felix Rosenqvist, not sure how to pronounce that name, someone tell me in the comments, all winning 2 on the trot in various seasons. Now talking about the youngest winner, and the youngest winner in Formula E is Antonio Felix da Costa, who won at the age of 23 years and 132 days at the 2015 Buenos Aires Grand Prix. Then we have German Daniel Abt, who won at 25 years and 90 days in 2018 in Mexico. And Felix Rosenqvist again, 25 years and 205 days at round 1 of the 2017 Berlin E-Prix. Now moving on to something different. Qualifying. Total pole positions. And yet again, Sebastian Buemi is top of this chart with 11 pole positions out of 43 chances. So that's a 24.44% rate. You then have Jean-Eric Vergne, who has 8 pole positions. And then quite impressively, Felix Rosenqvist, who only started a couple of years ago and has only done 24 races, has 6 pole positions, a 25% hit rate of pole position, which is the highest, to be fair. And going into most pole positions in the season, we have Jean-Eric Vergne, 7th in season 2017-18, with 4 pole positions in 12 attempts. And then, again, we got loads of drivers getting a similar rate. So we had also Jean-Eric Vergne getting that rate in 14-15. And then we have drivers like Sebastian Buemi and Sam Bird getting also a similar rate in that season in 15-16. But we also have to think about, again, Felix Rosenqvist has probably got a superb qualifying record. You got 3 poles in quite a few seasons, 25% hit rate. Now, moving on again to fast laps. Sebastian Buemi has 7 fast laps, so he seems to be one of the best drivers in the sport, that's for sure. It has a 16.28% hit rate. There's also Sam Bird and Daniel Abt, who have 5 fast laps each. And there's also Nelson Piquet Jr. and Lucas di Grassi, who have 4 each. What's next? Most fast lap in the season. This is getting quite predictable. We have Sebastian Buemi, who got 5 fast laps in 10 attempts in season 15-16. And then we have a few drivers with, I think, a 25% race, fast lap hit, sorry. And you have Lucas di Grassi, Daniel Abt, Nelson Piquet Jr. and Sam Bird, all on that level. Now, total podium finishes. We have Lucas di Grassi, who has a 60% rate of being on the podium. He has 27 podiums on 45 races, We then have Bremy, who has 21 out of 43 races. Then we have John-Eric Verne and Sam Bird, who have 15 out of 43 races and 45 respectively. The most podium finishes in the season is dominated very much so by Lucas Di Grassi. So in the 15-16 season, Di Grassi got 7 podiums in 10 races, being that's a 70% hit rate of podiums. That's pretty dominant. And then he was also the leader in 16-17, where he also got 7 podiums, this time in 12 races. And the same, I believe, in 17-18. But Bremy was up there too, with 6 out of 10 in 15-16, showing how dominant he was in that season. And then 6 out of 11 in 14-15. Now, going on to career points. So this is interesting, especially when it's pretty equal. So, in 45 entries, Lucas Di Grassi has 611 points. But in 43, Bremy has 580, showing how close it is between those two drivers in Formula E. So, the way I'm seeing it from someone who hasn't watched much of the previous seasons, the big rivalry in Formula E is Lucas Di Grassi versus Sebastian Bremy. But then with 45 entries, you have Sam Bird on 456 points in total. But then back to 43, you have John-Eric Verne, 441. And then it goes down quite a bit to Nico Prost, who has 45 entries, but only 304 points. But still pretty good. And since I've talked about them quite a bit so far in this video, with only 24 entries, Swedish driver Felix Rosenqvist has 223 points. You know, the other drivers have had nearly double the amount of entries. He could have been right up there in this table. So now just talking about who has been world champion in Formula E. Nelson Piquet in the first season, Bremy in the second season, Di Grassi in the third season, and John-Eric Verne in the fourth season. So obviously the standout thing there is no repeat winners yet in Formula E. But will that change this season? Tell me down in the comments down below. And before I end this video, I want to know, who will you be supporting in this upcoming Formula E season? And with that, I'll see you guys next time.